You know, I've always had this thing with Mondays. I hype them up in my head like they're supposed to be the big reset button. Monday is the fresh start, the clean slate, the day where everything finally falls into place. And then Monday actually shows up. And instead of magic, it's usually chaos. I wake up tired, my plans go sideways, somebody needs something, and suddenly I'm sitting there feeling like I already failed before the week even started. Like this past Monday, total disaster. I tried to go to bed early, woke up wide awake at 10:30 p.m., played some video games to pass the time, finally fell asleep around 2. Then the morning hits, my kiddo's sick, I'm emailing the school, laundry needs to be done, my brain is mush, and that's before I even had coffee. That was my big, beautiful, fresh restart. And if all of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Because here's the thing. Mondays aren't magic. We are. Fresh starts don't come from a calendar. They come from us deciding to shift the energy. And the best part, that can happen on a Wednesday or a someday at 2 p.m. or right after you spill your coffee and have to take a break before you lose it. So let's talk about giving ourselves permission to hit reset whenever we need it, and not just on Mondays. So let's talk about this little monster we've all bought into, the myth of Monday. Somewhere along the way, Monday got branded as the official day of new beginnings. New week, new you. That's when you're going to wake up early, hit the gym, clean the house, meal prep, journal, and suddenly become the perfect version of yourself that you keep pinning on Pinterest boards at 2 a.m. But here's the truth. How many Mondays in your actual life have ever lived up to that hype? Honestly, I can probably count mine on one hand. Because most of the time Monday rolls in, it's laundry that didn't get finished over the weekend, emails stacked a mile high, kids dragging their feet to school, dogs acting like they've never been outside before, just a whole mess waiting for you. And yet, we keep falling for it. We put all this pressure on Monday to be the day we fix everything. And when Monday doesn't go perfectly, because it never does, we feel like the whole week was a wash. Like, well, I blew it. I guess I'll try again next Monday. It's almost like diet culture, right? The way people say, oh, I'll start the diet on Monday. And then the second they eat one cookie, it's over. They're waiting for this mythical, magical day to give them permission to change. The problem with the myth of Monday is that it's perfectionism in a cute outfit. It sets you up for failure before you even begin. Because life is never going to bow down to your Monday fantasies. And the longer we cling to that story, the more weeks we lose. Weeks where we could have just started fresh on a Tuesday afternoon or a random Thursday morning. What I realized is Monday isn't magic. We are. And when we stop giving all of our power away to this one square on the calendar, we finally get to see how much freedom we actually have. Okay, so here's what micro fresh starts look like in real life. Let me be honest. This past Monday, a perfect case study. Like I said, I went to bed early thinking I'd wake up ready to conquer the day. But no, I was wide awake at 10:30 p.m. So I played some video games. I had some movies playing in the background. Basically, a panic mixed with boredom kind of night. Finally fell asleep around 2 a.m., knowing that I had an 8 a.m. alarm. Morning comes. I've got a delivery scheduled between 8 and 10 a.m. with breakfast and coffee stuff because I knew I needed to fuel to not completely implode. Then I get a message from my kiddo who's at his grandparents' house that he's sick and needs for me to email the attendance office. Great. We're already sideways. Then there was laundry. My mom left her stuff in the dryer. I didn't realize this when I put my stuff in the washing machine on Sunday night. And now, my brother needs clean work clothes Monday night before he goes to work. So, I'm trying to do my own laundry, make sure he's got clean clothes, all the while not moving mom's because she doesn't like it when you take her stuff out of the dryer. Not that I blame her, I am the same way. I've got dogs wandering around, demanding attention. They're barking at the chaos. It's a good thing I like my coffee iced because it would be getting cold otherwise. Everything that could go slightly off script absolutely did. And yet, I did one tiny thing. I sat down with my coffee. I took a breath. And I reminded myself, this is my reset. I can start over right now. And that's all it took. One small act and a micro fresh start. See, the beauty of this is that it doesn't matter if the day has been chaotic from the jump. You can shift your energy in a single moment. Sweep a corner, pour a cup of coffee, journal a page. Take 5 minutes to stretch. That small action signals to your brain, your body, your spirit that we're starting again. And you know what? Once I did that, suddenly the rest of the chaos felt manageable. Not magically fixed, not perfect, but doable. And that's the point of micro fresh starts. They're not about fixing everything. They're about giving yourself permission to move forward anyway. So here's the magic link between micro fresh starts and manifestation. The energy shift. Because manifestation doesn't wait for Monday. It doesn't wait for a new month, a new year, or a perfectly organized new day. It waits for you to show up in alignment. When you do a micro fresh start, even something as simple as pouring a fresh cup of coffee and deciding we're starting again now, you're literally telling the universe, I am open, I am receptive, I am ready to move forward. And that, my loves, is manifestation in action. It's not some vision board you glance at once a week. It's about the daily choices you make to reset your energy, even in the middle of chaos. Think about it. If you start your day feeling defeated because Monday went sideways, your energy is closed off. Opportunities feel harder to see. Ideas feel stuck. Motivation feels thin. But the moment you take a small action to reset, even amid the chaos, your energy shifts. Suddenly you're lighter, clearer, and receptive to abundance. Not just money, but inspiration, connections, creativity, and momentum. I like to remind myself that manifestation is a conversation, not a single announcement. Every micro fresh start is me saying to the universe, hey, I'm here. Let's do this. And every time I do that, it ripples out in ways that almost feel imperceptible at first, but cumulative. Momentum builds. Clarity comes. Doors open that weren't even visible before. So even if your day started sideways, sleep chaos, emails, dogs, laundry, everything, you can still manifest forward. You just need to claim your energy again. You just need to start fresh right now. And that, my loves, is the real power of a micro fresh start. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. The part where you do something. Because micro fresh starts and manifestation are amazing in theory. But if we don't actually take action, it's just thinking. And thinking alone doesn't shift energy. Here's a simple little ritual I use when I need a reset. It works whether it's Monday, Wednesday, or the middle of a chaotic afternoon. Pick one object near you that feels messy or out of place. It could be a coffee mug, a notebook, a sock, literally anything that's bothering your energy. Hold it for a moment and say out loud or silently something like, "This is my reset. I begin again now." And then put it back where it belongs, or move it in a way that feels intentional. This is symbolic. You're physically and mentally shifting your energy. Take a deep breath. Feel the energy shift. Notice how that one small act gives you permission to start fresh. And that's it, my loves. 5 seconds, one object, one intention, and yet it works because it's not about the object. It's about what you're telling yourself and the universe. I'm claiming this moment. I'm starting again. You can layer this little ritual with extras if you want, lighting a candle, sipping your coffee, saying your manifestation mantra, or even moving your body for a few seconds. But the core is tiny, tangible, and doable anywhere, anytime. Micro fresh starts plus manifestation plus this ritual, well, that equals a little pocket of magic in your day. Chaos is still happening, sure, but you just created a moment to reclaim your energy and move forward anyway. So here's the takeaway for today. Mondays aren't magic, but you are. Fresh starts are not locked to a calendar. They're a choice you make in this very moment. Every sunrise, every breath, every tiny act of reclaiming your energy is a fresh start. If your day started sideways, if the week already feels off, or if life's chaos is trying to eat you alive, you still get to hit reset. You get to start again. You get to show up for yourself. And that, my loves, is the real power. If you found this episode helpful, or if you just need a reminder that fresh starts are always available, here's what you can do. Like the episode if it resonated with you. Share it with someone who could use a midweek reset. Subscribe so that you never miss a chance to hear a little encouragement, a little sass, and a whole lot of honesty from me. Remember, every moment is an invitation to begin again. So take it. Claim it. Start now. And my loves, I'll see you in the next episode.